Welcome to this episode of Business Success Starts Here. Tips to achieve stratospheric success with Biz Success Factory's plant manager, Jim Patton.
Hey, well, welcome back, and we're going to take another leg in our journey through the 5 laws of stratospheric success today. If you recall, in September, we looked at the law of value, which determines how much or what you're worth, and then in October we looked at the law of compensation, which you know what you're worth then, and the law of compensation determines, here's how much I can get paid. If you want to take a good review of those, I'd encourage you to go back and look at those shows archives where we spent some good time with those. So this month we're going to take a little bit different track. We're going to look at the law of influence. And the law of influence defines, how influential you can be. So, and who doesn't want to be influential? If you don't want to be influential, shut down now and don't waste your time looking at the rest of the show. So let's look at the law of influence. And simply stated, it determines, is defined as that your influence is determined, by how abundantly you put the other people's interests first. So here's what happens when you're influential. You become a magnet. And what's neat about being a magnet is then you start drawing people into you, and isn't that a lot more easy than chasing people down? So that's what you want to become, is a magnet. But as we look at how to become a magnet, let's consider 2 things here. First, putting other people's interests first doesn't mean that you become a doormat. You don't roll over and just, let me take care of you, and if I don't get taken care of, that's okay, because that's a losing strategy in the long run. So think about it, perhaps, if this helps you, as a temporary suspension of your own self-interest. The key word there is temporary. Ultimately, self-interest is a good thing. If we didn't have self-interest, we wouldn't be in business to begin with. So think about that. I've seen a lot of people who get hung up on that point. And secondly, you can't possibly operate from a scarcity mentality and be influential. Because remember, one of the key words in the definition of the law of influence is abundantly. And you can't possibly abundantly put other people's interests first while thinking that the world is full of scarcity. So keep those 2 things in mind, and you'll be able to apply the law of influence, which is what we're going to look at in the next segment, coming up in a couple of weeks, is how you actually apply the law of influence. We'll look at 2 things: how to turn people into raving fans, and then once you create those raving fans, how to create your own personal army of walking ambassadors. So until then, I'd encourage you, if you've seen the laws that we've talked about so far, and want to burn them into your business, check the link that goes with this show, and it'll take you to the Success Accelerator, which is a 6-week series that, again, helps you burn those into your brain and then into your business. So until the next time, here's wishing you stratospheric success.
Thank you for watching this episode of Business Success Starts Here with Jim Patton. For more great information, visit Jim's website at www.bizsuccessfactory.com. Also browse the other shows found right here at Indie Biz TV Shows.